Hi there. Hey, thanks for taking a few minutes to check out the Flair outdoor fireplace. We here at Flair think secretly that Flair fires are the greatest fire there is on the market today. Let me give you a number of reasons why we believe that. And the first one kind of speaks for itself, doesn't it? You just got to step back and look at this puppy and say, wow, that is one heck of a good looking fireplace. It's got architectural merit. It's going to look right in the back of your yard. In fact, it's so good you could almost call it a piece of art. But there's more. Beyond that, it's a great cooking facility. You can use the traditional grill here for cooking, and then if you want, you could use a swing frame for cooking. Sit it on here, put your grill on there or a pizza stone, swing it in, heat it up and cook in there and swing it out. So you can use it as a grill. Not only as a grill, you can use the smoker. Now this is interesting. The smoker's right up the top of the chimney there, and I lower it down and I can use this for doing all of my smoking. There's a way that I can increase the amount of smoke and reduce the amount of smoke. Great for cooking all my fish on. The next way that you can cook on a Flair outdoor fire is using it as a pizza oven. So you simply put your pizza stone on top of here, and then if you want, you can put your pizza dome in. Simply put your pizza dome in here and wait for it to come up to temperature and use it as a traditional pizza oven. The great thing about this though, instead of just a little wee small door that everyone stands in front of, this way you can cook pizza and everyone's getting the warmth and the ambience. So you've cooked your pizza, and the next way you could cook is with a rotisserie unit. So there's a number of different ways you can use this. This is just a conventional rotisserie. You can sit this on here, but you can put up to 5 of them on here for cooking a leg of lamb or a chicken or a turkey or anything like that. And the fifth and final way is to use the smoker that was up inside here, lower it down and use that as a baker. So you could put your roast up in there, or maybe you're doing an apple pie or an apple crumble or the likes. Put some tin foil around the top, pull it up on the top middle here about maybe 200 degrees, and you could be cooking up there doing your baking. That's kind of like the big reason why we think our fires are stunning. They look good and they've got great cooking options, but there's more than that. I mean, look at it again. It's a generous firebox. I mean, the heat just coming out of that is absolutely intense. The romance of the flickering flame, all of those things come because it's just a great big generous firebox with the right proportions. You just got to feel the heat. I'm just about cooking it up here talking to you. The other thing is that this here is modular in its approach. So this here is a Tuscany with curved shoulders. The next range is a Boston. It has square shoulders. And so there's 6 components: the chimney, the wood boxes, the 2 fire boxes, and another separate different wood box. When you take those modules and start playing around with them, there's hundreds of different ways that you can put them together. And then with the different textures, you can have polished concrete, you can granite, you can have schist, you can have slate, you can have stone, you can have plaster, you can have whatever finish you want on it. There's just thousands and thousands of different ways that you can put a fireplace together. So it means that your fire will probably be unique to you. You've got to love that. Now, if you want to know a little bit more about that, just have a look on our modules video and it'll click through all the different ways that you can put it together. The fifth reason why we believe our Flair fires are the best is because there is no steel firebox. Now that's really important. You know the characteristics of steel. If you heat it up and then wet it, it will rust, and eventually your steel firebox is going to rust away, it's going to need replacing, and it's going to leave a rusty stain across your patio. So that's one of the reasons why we don't have a steel firebox. The other reason is because a steel firebox has what you call a flash point or a heat point, because it'll heat up with a good sized fire, and then when you reduce the size of the firebox itself cools down rapidly. Where when you have a masonry surround, it holds the heat and keeps the heat up there for heating your guests and for cooking food. But there's a more important reason in amongst all of that, and that is a steel firebox typically has a grate where they separate the charcoals from the heat battery down here, and you don't want to do that. With this, there is no grate, and you take the heat source and you put it down against the masonry, like call it a heat battery down here, so that you get residual heat. I mean, you have a look in a pizza oven or any modern day indoor fireplace and you won't see a grate in there, because they understand the same principle. You want to get residual heat a huge thermal mass, then you get a huge amount of heat, you keep your ambience, and you keep this just cooking really, really warm. So we don't have a steel firebox. The sixth reason why we believe our fires are the best is the speed of install. You can install a fireplace in about 2 hours. From the time you walk on, if it's a straightforward, dig the footings, put it in, and then you're driving out. Now, if you want to know a little bit more about that, have a look around their website. There's an install video there. The seventh reason is that our fires come with plans and a PS1. You can download those from our website, and you need to check up with your local authority to see if you do need an engineer's calculations or a PS1. If you do, you can download from our website. The eighth reason why we like our fires is that they're child safe. That is, it's high enough so that a child can't fall in, and it's double folded stainless steel here on the front so that they can't burn themselves. The ninth reason why we like our fires and think they're the absolute greatest is because of the price point. Now, if you have a look around some fireplace shops or maybe look online, you'll see lots of fireplaces out there. Look feature for feature against Flair fires, and I bet you won't find a fireplace that comes anywhere near ours for feature and for price. And the 10th reason why we like our fires is because they're for all seasons. Obviously in winter you can crank them up and heat your house and half your neighbourhood, but then when it comes to summer and there's fire restrictions, in most counties, if you have a spark reducer on the top and a stainless steel curtain or doors on the front that you can translucent, that you can see through, then you could run your fire in all seasons. Now, that's got to be good. There's 10 good reasons, but don't just take my word for it. Have a good look around the website and then go buy one yourself and try it. You'll be convinced, I'm sure. Thanks for your time.